All right, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh Why Yahweh Shai. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you, sincere Akim, that's continuing to labor in his work. All right, now I just want to go into a quick setting, all right, dealing with the so-called white man and how he's going to basically be caught into his own snare, all right, or he's going to fall into the very ditch that he dug. And what that basically means is the same thing, all right, that he used to seize control of the planet is going to come back on his own head. And what's that? These nuclear missiles, all right? Because you got to remember, going to Genesis 27 chapter, all right, Esau's blessing was the sword, all right? And that's what he used to maintain control of the world or police or govern the world. Because what he do, he go into these different countries and hold them hostage, so to speak, all right? Go in, set up his embassies, rape and rob the land, take the resources, and if you don't comply, he bomb your ass, all right? You see what happened to them Arabs, all right, which we don't give a fuck because they heathens, all right? And even going back to Hiroshima, all right? Nagasaki, Moab and Ammon, all right? The so-called Chinese and Japanese, all right, pardon me, all right? And when you going, these devils is the fucking devil, man. When you going into that whole thing, all right, those so-called, the Moabs and Ammon, all right, the Moabites, all right, which is the so-called Chinese and Japanese, they waved the white flag, man. When you go into that whole thing, when they bombed Hiroshima, all right, those so-called Chinese, they waved the white flag. They didn't want no parts of that, all right? They wanted peace, but the so-called devil, being the devil, he bombed them anyway, man, all right? But that very thing that he used, all right, to wave over these nations' heads, all right, put sanctions on them and different shit like that, is going to fall on his own head because you can't slick the slickster, man. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah put them in their own trick bag. He set them up. And that's why you see like these devils, man, they got some damn nerve, all right? They hit you with sanctions when you try to develop your own nuclear capability because they want to be the only one with the fucking gun, all right? But you know the old saying, there's no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That's why these devils sweating, all right? Because now you got over 50, 60 countries with nuclear missiles, all right? And nuclear capability and technology, all right? And that's why the scriptures say turn your plows, all right, into and your pruning hooks into swords and spears. And that's what's happening, all right? These different nations, they not scared of the big bad boogeyman no more, which is America, which, by the way, America is the real terrorist, man, all right? But now these other nations, they got weapons, and they not afraid of this devil no more. Matter of fact, I was going to start with one scripture, but I'm going to go ahead and bring this out, all right? This is Isaiah 14, and pardon me, all right? This is Isaiah 14, and 10. All right. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Yeah, and that's the other nations. All right. That's the other nations. Basically, all right, to simplify this scripture, is basically saying the other nations is saying this is an even playing field now. All right. We're not going to let you throw your weight around because the very thing you was using to keep us in check, we got that now. We got the missiles now. All right. And this devil is in trouble, man. The so-called white man is finished, all right? The Heavenly Father has put him in a quagmire, all right? This is the book of Psalms 7 and 15. He made a pit and digged it, all right? And what's that pit? He made the nuclear missiles. Because when you go back, all right, these scientists, which is all Edomites, all right, going back to the Germans, all right, and these American scientists, the split with, the KGB and the CIA and all that shit, all right, it was the scientists that created that, all right? They the ones who made that pit and dug it, all right, which they all is Edomites, all right? He made a pit and digged it and is falling into the ditch which he made. All right, so he's going to fall by the same thing that he made, which is the missiles. Verse 16, his mischief shall return upon his own head. All right? Yeah, because they're going to come down on his head. These missiles going to come down on his devil. All right? And his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. Yeah, and that's what it is, all right? Because that's the way he deal, all right? This devil waved that missile over your head, and you got to give up your resources. And that's no different than armed robbery, all right? The same shit. You jakes get sent off to prison for a minimum of 25 years, all right? That's what he doing. It's no different than putting a gun to somebody's head and telling them to empty the damn cash register, man. And that's what this devil, all right, but guess what? He's going to fall into that very same ditch. Goddamn devil, man. And we patiently waiting on that, man. This is the book of Psalms 141 and 10. All right. Let the wicked fall into their own nets. All right. While it's that I withal escape. All right. Because that's what's going to happen. The elect going to escape while they fall into their same nets, their own net. And what is that net? The nuclear missiles. Because that's what they use to trap everybody. All right. Motherfucking devil, man. They're going to get it, man. All right. This is the book of Proverbs 11. And I ended off with this. Yeah, well, I'll start at 3. All right. Proverbs 11:3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. All right. And ultimately, that's the missiles, all right, along with everything else, all right, with the faggot pushing that gay agenda and this so-called currency, which is all witchcraft, but ultimately it's the missiles, all right, because that's what's going to destroy them, man. And that's perverse, all right. That's why that gift they got was a curse in itself, all right. That sword. Everything about Esau is a curse, all right. Even his blessing was a curse. All right. Verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right. Yeah, because their riches not going to profit them. That's why the scripture tell you in Ezekiel 38th chapter that the Persians, they're going to disregard the gold and the silver. They ain't going to want to hear that. You ain't going to be able to pay them off. They're going to shoot them missiles on your ass. So your riches will not profit you. Right, verse 5, the righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness. And what's that? The nuclear missiles, man. That's the way this wicked man is going to fall. He's not going to fall from AIDS, all right, or fall from, the other, these different wicked acts he did. It's ultimately going to be the missiles. That's how he's going to fall, all right? Verse 6, the righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. And what's that naughtiness? The fucking nuclear missiles. All right? Because that was unrighteous dealings. All right? That's not the way you deal. All right? Go and bully somebody or debo somebody out of their shit. And the way they did, because this devil is a coward. All right, he's the weakest motherfucker on the planet. Hand-to-hand comeback, he won't stand a chance. All right? So basically that's it, all right? But the point is made, all right? This devil is going to fall into that very ditch he dug, all right? And what's that? The nuclear missiles. Until the next time, shalom.